I'm sitting here, and it's almost 11 o'clock. My instructor will be here soon. Winds are still calm, and I couldn't be more excited. I'll show you real quick. There's not a cloud in the sky. No winds. I think I'm finally being rewarded for all of that bad weather I've had up till now. Whew. Feels good. Here we are in Riddle 494. Solo day, winds are calm. All dressed up for the occasion. I'm real excited. Oh, this is gonna be great. I soloed an airplane today. Oh, I can't say that for much longer. What time is it? It's after 11. I mean, I guess I could say that for a lot longer. But I soloed an airplane for the first time today. That is special to today, May 27th, 2017. It's a good feeling. I'm incredibly tired, so in a couple seconds it will be tomorrow, and I will be explaining the rest of my adventure. Okay, so yeah, it's been more than just one day. I lost some video and I've had to re-edit some stuff. So, I just wanted to cover my solo flight in a little more detail. So, I flew alone, and that's kind of given. It was my solo flight. I stayed in the traffic pattern at Palatka Airport. They had skydivers, so that was cool. You could see parachutes coming down as I'm landing. But essentially, with my solo flight, we flew to Palatka from Daytona. It was, I guess, the closest place we wanted to go to solo. Flagler Airport's closer to Daytona Airport, but they're doing construction, so Embry-Riddle doesn't want solo students there. Anyways. I flew with my instructor to Palatka Airport, and I did some landings, and I proved to him, yes, I can fly a traffic pattern and land an airplane. And after 3 landings, I taxied over to the ramp, and I shut down the plane. He got out. Are you ready to go? Like, yep. Took off his headset, put it in his seat. It's like, this is like I'm still here. And he pulled out his radio. Can you hear me? Yep. So are you ready? I'm like, yep. And he closed the door. And then from there, he told me, all right, flash your lights and, get ready to go, and you're going to taxi down. That his radio was one way, I believe, so he can hear me and I can hear him. But I couldn't talk to him. And I know that's confusing. But he was listening to the traffic pattern radio frequency, and so he can hear me talk. And I can hear him because he can talk into the radio and goes directly to me and no one else. At the same time, I couldn't respond to him, I guess is a better way of putting it. So he was still kind of there, and he was watching what I was doing. And I taxied over to the runway. I'm just sitting there getting ready, looking at my checklist, making sure I have everything, looking at my instruments, just kind of at the runway looking for planes. Oh, I'm finally here. I'm all alone, I'm the only one controlling this plane. And another plane pulled up, and he's like, Cessna at the active runway, are you ready to go? And I hadn't pulled onto the runway yet. I'm like, yep, sorry. And I realized, well, I gotta go now. And I announced my position. I'm going to turn out on the runway and take off and stay in closed traffic. And I did that. And I did that 3 times. I took off, flew around the pattern, came in, landed, did a full stop, so I had to taxi all the way back to the runway and take off again. I was flying, I wasn't comfortable with it, so I did a missed approach go around, and then I was finally comfortable. I was like, okay, I'm operating the plane all alone, but I'm doing it. And I kind of felt free. I didn't feel constricted. Like, sure, it's great having someone next to you who will take the controls if something's going wrong, because that way you're guaranteed safety for the most part. And there's like a safety net, safety blanket sort of deal. And this time, I was the only one in the plane, and it felt empty. And at the same time, it felt like I was flying, and it no longer felt like I was operating a machine with other people. It felt like I was flying through the air in the traffic pattern. It was just on a set course, but I didn't feel like I was operating a machine. I didn't feel like I was flying with someone else or I was taking a lesson. I just felt like I was there in the air flying, and it was really cool. It was absolutely amazing. So that was like a moment. Oh, look at what I've done. All this training's led up to this. And then I land and taxied back over to pick up my instructor. I had this idea when I was coming into land that my last landing was going to be the best one, and it was. And I had done 3 landings. That's all I was needed for the solo. So I taxied back, and I picked him up, and he was thrilled. He was very happy. And that was good too. And he got back in. We flew back home being Daytona. And I had a bunch of family there. My grandfather, grandmother, aunt and uncle, and brother were all there. And when I got back, we took a picture, which I have a plaque over there. I'll show you in a second. We had the plane with the tail number, and we stood next to it. We went back into the flight ops building, and we went over to ring the bell, and my family were there. So I have a video clip of me ringing the bell.
You ready, Grandpa? Because I am.
Are you going to ring the bell?
Straight now. Oh, you're good.
From a cell phone. Because unfortunately we didn't get it on GoPro. There was a lack of communication on my part, so it's not your fault, Garrett.
Oh, wait. Did he?
Justin handed me this to film him Ding Ding.
We'll have to do it again.
Instead, I used my phone.
Yeah, well...
I didn't know why he handed me this. I thought he just...
You can't do everything.
Interesting.
Also, I have a video clip of me taxiing that my flight instructor took.
Watch traffic, 34 Delta Charlie, taxi from fuel via Charlie Alpha to hold you over runway 27.
The video footage I have is from the cup holder. I was going to ask my instructor to film my landings with the GoPro, and then he got out and closed the door so quickly I didn't ask him. I looked down, I see my camera, and it's just pointed upwards. It wasn't mounted to anything. I wasn't operating the aircraft at the time. I just clicked record. I didn't know if I'd get any usable footage, so that was the footage you saw, my takeoff and landings. And it's not very interesting. It's a camera sitting in a cup holder. So I didn't show all of it. I just edited the interesting parts, even though the footage isn't too interesting. Anyways, I've flown a plane, and it's amazing. And not only have I flown a plane, but I was the only one in it. Super excited about that. First solo, Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, Justin General. November 494 Echo Romeo. Anyways, thank you for following along in my flight training. My name is Justin General, and you are definitely receiving flight fall.